Hello everyone, this is Sahana, your social science tutor from Vistas Learning. We are here to provide quality education for all of you out there from class 1 to class 12. Now you can exclusively watch all our videos on our website application, that is www.we-learning.in. Okay, so you're all set to go and sign up now? Yes, you should be ready, okay? Yes, so quickly we'll move into the next revision class of ours, so which you all know, right? Yes, so firstly I'll tell you what is the overview of this particular class and then we'll start off immediately, right? Yes, so the overview, first we're going to see the blueprint as usual. So if you've seen my previous classes revision, so this is how it is. So this is how it goes. So first I'll be showing you the blueprint, and then today we're going to deal with chapter 9 revision. So in that I'll be giving you first few questions which is arrived in the previous year question paper. So those questions I'll be giving you, and then explanation of the concept, which is very, very important. Okay, so explanation of the concept which is present in the, what I'll do always, yes, so which is present in the chapter. So those concepts I'll be explaining it to you once again, right? And then yes, solving some questions which may possibly arrive in your examination. So I'm not giving you any kind of assurance here. So possibly it may come, okay, according to the blueprint. So if it is a MCQ, so I'll be giving you a MCQ questions. If it is a one mark questions, so like that, right? So this is what we're going to do in this particular class, right? Yes. So now what is this chapter number 9? So which chapter are we going to study today? So most of them would have seen the thumbnail already, so they know. But for people who are not aware of it, so what is chapter number 9? So do you want to guess? Do you want to guess? Guess, no? Okay, I'll give you a hint. Okay, so mostly we love our granny's place, right? So granny's house, granny's village, place. So what we'll do every summer holidays? Huh? What we'll do in the summer holidays? So we make sure that we're going to a granny's place, right? So I'm very sorry for children whose grannies are there in, in your hometown or in your city only. But then for people who are far away, for example, me, I used to really enjoy, okay, going to my granny's place because it was way too far from the place where I used to stay. So how do I go there? How do you people go there? Through bus? Through flight, like if it is too far, through flight? Through train? Yes. So what is this called as? So going from one place to another place, what is it called as? Yes. So that is called as transportation. And after going there, what we'll do? Definitely we want to see our granny. So okay, I've seen her now, I'll come back. So that is what I'm going to do. No, right? I'll sit and talk to her. I'll communicate with her, right? So yes, today's chapter is, now you can guess. Yes, so it is India, Transport and Communication. So this is the chapter which we're going to learn today. Okay, yes. So quickly, as I promised, here is the blueprint. Let it open. So it's open completely. Just a minute, I'll just take the laser point. Then, yes. So how are you guys doing? So exams are nearing. How are you guys doing? Well, so studying for the exams, you're preparing or no? So still it is at, it's on 26, no? So let me chill now. So is that your mindset now? If it is so please don't be like that. So please do start studying. If you're studying already, continue, okay, in the same pace. Yeah. So today we'll be studying about India, Transport and Communication, as I told you. So from this particular chapter, you have only 3-mark question and 1 map work, okay? For 1 mark you have. So totally you have 4 marks. Now what is the star mark? Which I've already explained to you. So what is the star mark here? So this comes as an option. That doesn't mean you should not study. So it is equally important. So it carries 4 marks. So here there will be 1 question from this chapter or the other question from the other chapter. So you can pick either of them and write. Understood? So this is what this indicates. Okay, so the star mark indicates as a option. So it comes for the option. So map work, I'll be giving you 3-mark question now, and map work as usual I've kept it for the last. So all the chapters map work, I'll just be doing it in one session. So in one short revision session, I'll be doing it for you. It will become easy. So in this particular class, I'll explain the concepts and 3-mark question. Right? Yes. So next, yes, so we'll see the previous year questions, which is arrived in the previous year question papers. Right? So I've just picked 3 question papers, and I'll be giving you the questions now. So the first question, which is arrived in 2018 question paper, what are the problems of road transport in India? Okay, so this is one question. And in 2019, it is corridor roads are economically important. Why? So this is one question. Second one, geographical information system, that is GIS, is very useful in recent days. Why? And then again, the same question is repeated in the other way. So explain the problems of road transportation. So this is one question. So totally 3 questions. So it's all 2-mark, 1-mark questions which they've given. And in 2020, again a 2-mark question. So classify the following under personal communication and mass communication. And you'll have to write them accordingly. So post, that is letter, in the form of letter, television, fax and radio. So you'll have to divide them into personal communication and mass communication. So this is what you'll have to do. So these are the questions which is arised in the last year question papers, previous year question papers. Understood? So these are all 2-mark, 1-mark questions, but according to the blueprint which is given by the board for this year, so definitely you'll be having 3-mark question which is for option and 1 mark for map. Fix. Just get fixed with that. Okay. So yeah, you saw the questions which we'll be solving later. So what shall we do? Let's get started. Huh? Ready? All set? So we'll get started definitely. We'll enjoy the session. So just keep listening. Concentrate. Even I'll be doing it. What I've done is I've just picked important points and I've just briefed it out for you so that it will not get bored. You'll not get bored. And at the same time, there are links which is given in the description box below. So my new ma'am, she's done it in detail. So if you want it in detail, please look into the description box. Right? Yes. So quickly we'll move into unit number 9 or chapter number 9, that is India, Transport and Communication. Right? So first we'll see what we're going to learn in this particular chapter. So we'll be learning meaning and importance of transportation and also modes of transportation. So we have different modes of transportation. That means roadways, waterways and airways. Yes. So those 3 with the types we're going to learn. And communication, meaning and importance and also their types. So roadways are nothing but the landways. So in that you'll be getting roadways and railways. So those 2 things. So that will come under types which you'll be learning. Understood? So these many things we'll be covering it in one short revision today. Done? Yes. So first is meaning of transportation. So we'll see what is the meaning of transportation. Right? Yes. So I'll show you an image here. So this is the image. So now can you guess what is the meaning of transportation? So I want the meaning of transport or transportation. What is the meaning? So you can see here, there's a globe here, which indicates Earth, Mother Earth. So there's a truck, car, aeroplane, there's a ship here. So what are all these? Yeah, so we travel through these vehicles, right? Like it can be a car, normal car, or a truck, aeroplane, ships. We travel through them, right? From where to where? From one place to another. Exactly. So just moving from one place to another place. So or transferring from one place to another place. Either it can be goods or services or it can be even passengers or human beings from one place to another place is called as transport or transportation, right? So you have the definition. So movement of goods, service, passengers from one place to another is basically called as transportation. That's it. Very easy, no? So this is the definition. So movement of goods, service and also passengers from one place to another, right? Yes. So this is the meaning of transportation. Next, we'll see what is the importance of transportation. So I'll show you a few images. So truck came in. Now there's one image which is given to you in the starting and the second one. So what are these images? So to make it easy, I'll just explain this to you. So this is the agricultural land where agriculture process is happening. This is the industry and this is a truck which is carrying goods. So what do you tell here? What is the importance? The first importance while seeing this image. Do you have an idea? Obviously you should have, because you've already studied. This is just a revision. Okay, so this is something called as primary sector. This is secondary and this is tertiary. Got to know? Yes. So primary sector, for example, I'm growing cotton. Okay, so growing cotton comes under primary sector. That is the agricultural field, right? So next is the industries. This cotton will be converted into cotton clothes. So that is the secondary sector. Understood? So this is why I've given an industry image here. Next, I've given the image of truck. So now once I'm done with the clothes. The clothes are ready, dyeing, everything is done. I'll keep it in the industry only. No, right? I'll have to give it out to the market. I'll have to export it. I'll have to give it out to the market so that I get money back, my money back with profit. Yes or no? For that, transportation is required. Exactly. That is where, you know, transportation becomes very, very important. So it basically, it gets both secondary and primary sectors difficulties or the hard work what they faced will be automatically cleared by the tertiary sector. Are you understanding? So all the cotton clothes which is done by the industries, okay, which is sieved or weaved by the industries, will be transported by this tertiary sector. That is nothing but transportation and communication. Understood? So this is one of the important, and you have major importance, like economically it is stable for the nation, and there's a lot of work which is given to the people. Yes or no? People who are driving here, people who go back, give things to the market and come. So there are a lot more people who are working there, and everybody are getting employment. So you can take this also as one of the importance, and it gives a lot of value for both industries and agriculture if transport and communication is working properly, right? So that is one of the importance. So like this, you can just bring in a lot of importance and you can fill it in the importance of transportation, right? Yes. So there's also one saying which I've displayed it to you here, which I really liked. So if agriculture and industries are the body and bones of a national organization, transportation and communication are the nerves. So if you just have the body and bones, is it enough? You need the nerves. No, that is when the impulse gets transmitted from one nerve to another, basically from brain to hand. That is through the nerves only, no? Yes, no? Yes. So if there's no nerves, I'm literally a waste if there's no nerves. So if there's no transport and communication, either agriculture or industries cannot do anything. So everybody, like each of the sector has to go hand in hand. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So it has a lot of importance basically. Okay. So this is about the importance of transportation. Next, we have the types. So as I mentioned, I'll be teaching you the types. So transportation is basically of three types. Okay. So land, water and air. Through land, water and air. Land is further divided into roadways, railways and pipeline. So these are the three ways. Next, water, inland and overseas. So it is divided into inland and overseas. Air, domestic and international. So we'll be studying one by one. Right. So first we'll start off with the roadways. Are you excited seeing the road? Okay, so probably you're not traveling anywhere because your exams are nearing. Once it is over, you can travel. Okay, enjoy, have a break, take a trip and go on a trip and enjoy. Okay, yes. So road transport. So the roads basically help in the development of agriculture, and village industries. Are you understanding? So I'll be mentioning the importance of each and every point, whether it can be road transport or railway, or in this you have different types. So everything I've just taken up the importance and I've put it there. So which is more than enough for a revision class. Okay. So it's very, very useful for the development of agriculture, village industries, right? And they are also convenient to connect isolated villages. So what do you mean by isolated villages? So two separate villages will be there. So there's no contact between these two villages. Are you understanding? So there's no contact between these two villages. So if there's a road in between them, so it can easily connect. So people from here can go here, from here to here. So they can buy goods, things like that. Are you understanding? So basically, it connects to isolated or the separated villages, right? And the next point is, it helps in construction of forest and also hilly regions, and they connect remote places with towns, and cities provide door-to-door service. Are you understanding? So if there is roads only, we can have forests and we can have hilly regions basically, so we can go through them if there are roads, if we are constructing roads. Yes or no? So that is one importance of roads. So we can go through the hilly stations or regions, or also the forests. That is one thing. And also they connect the remote places, and there will be door-to-door service. So people can easily travel to their houses. Are you understanding? So this is one of the importance of roads. So they act as the feeders of railways, seaports and airports. Feeders means what? So if you want to go to the airport from your house, you don't take another flight, no, from your house. You go by road only, no. The same thing for a railway station, or for a seaport, or for a bus stand, whatever it is. You go by road only, no. So it basically acts as a feeder. Because of the road, only we are able to travel to other places, other modes of transportation. So roads are very important, right? So it is very, very important in tourism, as usual. So it is important in tourism, trade and commerce, and also in industries. So it basically, if road is there, it is convenient for people to move from one place to another. Okay, if they want to see, they're coming back from from Delhi to Karnataka to see Karnataka. So that is tourism. Road is required. So tourism, trade, exchange of things, commerce, minting money and all is very, very easy, because it has a lot of economical value, and also building industries and going to the industries. So all this is very, very easy if there is a road. Are you understanding? So these are some of the importance. And next, they create employment opportunities, obviously useful for defense, especially in the border area. So they'll have to be a little more conscious and a little more safe in the border areas. So you know why. So their roads play a very vital role. Are you understanding? And obviously job opportunities are there, because people simply are not sitting there constructing roads. So they're traveling. They are very much into this transport and communication. So they'll be getting money, income will be there, things like that. So this is how road transportation is important for human beings. Understood? Yes. So next we'll see the types of roads. So types of roads basically are divided into two types. So first one, on the basis of physical structure. So to see how is it. So that is the physical structure. And the second one is on the basis of construction and maintenance. So how is it constructed and how is it maintained? So these are the two ways how the roads have been divided. So I'll show you two images now. You just tell me the difference. Understood? Yes. So here there's one picture, and here there's another picture. So what difference can you see here? Don't tell me here there's a arrow mark and here there's no arrow mark. Please, okay. So please don't tell me that. So yeah, what is it? Someone is guessing. Yes. So here it is a tar road and here it is a mud road. Yes or no? That's the difference, right? Yes. So that is the difference. So this is the mud road and this is the tar road and this is the mud road. Okay. So on basis of the physical structure, so it can be divided into this only: metalled roads and unmetalled roads. That is nothing but the tar roads and the mud roads. Okay, so metalled roads are basically constructed with cement, with cement or the asphalt. Okay, so that is how it is made. And unmetalled roads are basically the mud roads where you cannot see the tar or the cement on it, and you can see mostly in the rural areas. Okay, so that is according to the physical structure. And next there's some yojana, okay, from the Prime Minister's side, which is called as Gram Sadak Yojana. So this is a scheme, okay, Gram Sadak Yojana. So what is the highlight of the scheme? So you have any idea what is the highlight of the scheme? Yes, so mostly they're trying to convert all the mud roads, that is the unmetalled roads, into metal roads. So this scheme is meant for that, to convert the unmetalled into metal roads, so that the transportation becomes even more easier. Understood? So that is on basis of physical features. Next, on basis of construction and maintenance, it is divided into few types, which I'll read it out for you. So golden, quadrilateral and super highways. National highways, you have state highways, district, village roads and border roads. Okay, yes, so golden, quadrilateral and super highways. So please look into the road here. Okay, so yeah, I'll just tell you the point first. So the golden quadrilateral is a project with 4 to 6 lane roads. Why I told you is, see here, this is one lane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So what do you call this as? Yes, you call this as a golden quadrilateral road. Okay, so because it is having 6 lanes. If it is having more than 4 lanes, then it is called as the golden quadrilateral. Understood? Yes. Next, it was started in 1999. So it is not now. So it started way back, that is in 1999. Okay, and it links. So which are the places which it links is Delhi, Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Surat, Mumbai, Pune, Bengaluru, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Bhubaneswar, Kolkata, Allahabad, Kanpur and Delhi. So these are the places which this road touches. It links. Okay. And next is the super highways are divided into 2 divisions. So mainly you have the north-south, from north to south corridor. Okay, it is called as the north to south corridor, which runs from Srinagar to Kanyakumari, basically from the tip to tip. Okay, so North India's tip to South India's tip. So Srinagar to Kanyakumari, and from east to west. Okay, so from east to west, it is corridor which runs from Silchar, which is in the Assam, that is towards the east, and Porbandar in Gujarat, which is to the west. Are you understanding? So this is the 2 types of super highways. So basically it touches from the tips, so north to south, east to west. Understood? So this is about golden quadrilateral and super highways. So next we'll study national highways. So this is the one of the national highways, right? So these connect the state capitals. So what all it connects actually? So it connects the state capitals, ports, towns, cities and national importance. Of the national importance. Okay, so which is of national importance. So it is state capitals, ports, towns and cities. So it will be connecting these places. And then the National Highways Authority of India, that is NHAI. So this actually maintains or constructs these roads. So it is National Highway Authority of India. Understood? So this is about national highways. Next we have state highways. So state highways, they connect the district headquarters with the state capital and with the national highways. So are you seeing, so when it comes to national, it is this city capitals. When it comes to state, it is district. When it comes to district, it is taluk and villages. So it goes like that. Okay. Yes. So the state public work department, the state public works department undertaken the construction and the maintenance of these roads. Okay. So it is the state public works department. So each road is taken by each department. Understood? Yes. So next we have district roads, and Zilla Panchayat is in charge of these roads. So district roads, it is Zilla Panchayat which is taking care of. So they connect the taluk headquarters with state highways and railways. So as I told you, so when it comes to district, it is mainly connecting the taluk. Understood? Next is the village roads. So this is how actually it will be a lot of unmetalled roads you can see in the rural areas, in the village sites. So these roads link villages with one another, towns and market centers. That is more important because in rural areas they do a lot of agriculture. So market has to be nearer to them. Yes or no? Yes. So market centers, connecting the roads to the market centers is very, very important. Okay. And then most of them are unmetalled roads. That means, yes, so that means the mud roads. Okay. So villages are still developing. Rural areas are very much backward and they're still developing. And I told you know about the Prime Minister's Yojana. So Gram Sadak Yojana. So those people are taking care that everything will be made into metal roads. Understood? Yes. So unusual during the rainy season. Obviously, when it is mud roads and if it is a rainy season and it is raining heavily, people cannot even walk there. Are you understanding? Because mud obviously absorbs all the water. It just stays there. It cannot flow. And people, it will be a tough time for them. And a lot of agriculture they'll be doing and that will also go in vain. So a lot of tough time for them. Understanding? Yeah, that happens during the rainy season, right? So next one and the last one is the border roads. So border roads is nothing but which is there in the border. That's it, nothing else. Understood? So found along Indian borders with Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Okay, so where all our borders are there, which is touching the next country. So that is basically called as border roads. So the construction and maintenance of these roads comes under Border Roads Development Authority. So it comes under Border Roads Development Authority. Very, very important. Right? Yes. So next quickly we'll move into the railway transport. So what can you remember? Railway transport. Some of them for the first time they would have gone in train in a school trip. Right? Some of them for school trip they would have gone in train, so it would be fun. So for most of them they would have not gone also in train till now. So you're all in 10th standard already. So there will be some people, some children have not gone in train also till now. And some people would have already gone in the aeroplane. So it's like that. Anyway, so what will come in your mind when you're thinking of train, railway station, railways? Yes, so all of them come together. When we are in childhood, what we used to do? Yes, we all come together. So one person will just hold like this, he'll be the engine, and rest all will hold the shirts and we'll go. Yes or no? That is what is coming into my mind. And in yours? The same, right? Yes, so we're going to study what actually is happening on road actually. Right? So that is railway transport. So as I told you, I'll be telling you the importance. So they play a vital role in the development of agriculture, industry and economy of India. Okay. And as the roadways, even this also is mostly for that, for transportation purpose. So it will obviously help in development of several sectors which is present in India, like agriculture, industry and also economic wise. And railways, when compared to roadways, railways is older or which is of recent times? Yes, so when compared to railways, roadways, what I taught you now is older. So it's there from the ancient time. So just forget whether it is metalled or unmetalled. So mostly it was, back then it was unmetalled only, but roads were there. But railways came into existence during the British period. So those Britishers were the ones who actually made these railways for their own convenience, for the exportation of goods. Are you understanding? So when compared to roadways, railways is something new for us, right? Yes. So it was Britishers who actually invented this or discovered this and implemented it in India, right? And they also help a lot in trade, give and take process, export and import business, and also in tourism. So most of the people travel from place to place through trains. If it is like from South India to North India trip, so mostly they go on trains and all. So it's like that. Okay, so it is very, very important for us, which is why we are using it, guys, which is why we have done it and we are using it. Each and everything is important for us. Yes. Next, the other importance is, so the first railway line was laid between Bombay and Thane in 1853, followed by Kolkata, okay, to Raniganj, that is in 1854, and Chennai to Arkonam in 1864. So you should definitely remember this. Write in practice. I've told you several times. So please do write in practice. It'll be there in your mind, at least till your exam. Okay, and the years are also important. So it has almost 731 stations. So we have 731 railway stations, and the length is almost 64,015 kilometers. Are you understanding? Next, so it is easily divided into 17 zones. So for them to become easy for this efficient management, like how India is divided into states, and then we have districts, taluks, villages, like that. Why is that made? It can be just India, no? Why is that made? So that the management becomes easier when it is in a big scale. The same thing happened with the railways also. It's in a large scale, big scale, which is why it is divided into 17 zones. Understood? Yes. Next, we'll be studying about pipeline. So when you see this pipes, what will you remember of? So I have one thing in my mind. What do you have? Yes. What I have, I'll tell you. So drinking juice with the help of straw. So what is happening? So the juice is basically present in one glass, and I'm putting the straw and I'm drinking. So the juice which is present in the glass is coming into my mouth with the help of a pipe, which we call it as straw, right? The same concept they used here also for the transportation. So anything liquidy or gas will easily come through the pipe. Yes or no? Yes. That is the reason why they choose this media of transportation, that is pipeline. So something like oils or natural gas or minerals in the form of slurry can easily be transferred through these pipelines. Why simply to waste petrol, diesel, go in train and ship them, or go in bikes and all. So this is easy method, no? It is convenient, it is economical, yes or no? So they came up with this great, brilliant idea. Okay, so pipelines are laid under the earth's surface. Okay, so it's laid under the earth's surface. So they are mostly used to transport crude oil, as I told you, oil fields to refineries where the oil is getting refined. Natural gas can also be transported, and also mineral slurry. Now, what is mineral slurry? It is nothing but minerals which is mixed in the liquid, that is in the water. Are you understanding? So that it becomes easy for the transportation. That's it. So that is called as mineral slurry. So all these things can be transported via pipelines. Right? Yes. Understood? And the total length of pipeline in India is 35,676 kilometers. So this is the length of the pipelines which we have in India. Nice, no? Quite a big amount of pipelines we have, right? Yes. So next, immediately we'll move into waterways. So there we complete roadways. So I'll just sum it up once. So we studied about land, that is roadways, railways and pipelines. So I told you all the importance with the types. So immediately we'll move into the waterways. Okay, so yes, before that, okay, so what can you imagine when you see this? What can you imagine when you see this? I remember just making a paper board, just writing some note in a small sheet, keeping it there inside that paper board only, and then just placing it on the flowing water, and goes. My friend used to sit the other side. She used to get it. She used to open the sheet and just read the message. So it was like that. We used to play it like that. The same thing is happening here also again. Okay. So there is some information or some goods which is kept on the ship. Okay, that ship is going from one place to another place and it is reaching the person there whom it has to be reached. That's it. That is how waterways will take place. Understood? Yes. So where is it taking place is the types of it. That's it. So India was one of the most advanced seafaring country in the past. That means they used to use a lot of waterways for the transportation, trade purpose and all, right? So waterways provides navigation facilities by means of ships and boats. Obviously, so it has to be either ship or boat, right? Yes, so waterways can be divided into two types, that is inland and ocean waterways. So here it is easily understood. Ocean waterways means obviously it has to be in the ocean or a sea. Then what is inland waterways? So other than that, what are the other water bodies? Exactly. So the rivers, the lakes, the canals, the backwaters. So all these things they'll use for the transportation purpose. So that is basically called as inland within India. Overseas means to the other places, abroad, foreign countries. That's it, nothing else. But still I'll give you the definitions here so that it will become easy for you. So inland waterways is nothing but which is done in the rivers, lake, backwater and canals are called as the inland waterways. So in India, okay, in India, inland waterways mainly carry goods and people along river Ganga, the Brahmaputra and the tributaries in North India. So tributaries, you know, no, I'm not going to explain it again in brief. So in brief also, so please do check into the links below, right? So and the South Indian rivers are navigable only in their deltaic course. So you cannot go with the tributaries and all when it comes to South India. So you can only travel or navigate in their deltaic sources or the course. Understood? Yes. So this is about inland waters. So quickly we'll move into ocean waterways. So water transport through seas and oceans from ocean waterways, as I told you. So it's through seas and oceans. So next, nearly 85% of foreign trade is seaborne. So rest 15% only will be through airways or land. Rest like completely. So at maximum level, it is from the ocean waterway only. That is for 85%. Understood? So this is ocean waterways. So next, we'll study about the ports. So now what is ports? What are ports? What is the ship doing here? Is it sailing? Just standing there still, right? That is why ports are there. Okay, so basically they stop there, ships stop there either to rest or to unload something or to take something from there so that it gets filled, the ship gets filled. So things like this will happen in a port and that place is called as a port. Okay, yes. So they are meeting points between the land and sea routes where the ships are docked for loading and unloading. So basically they stop there for loading or unloading. Okay. And then there are 14 major ports in India, of which 6 are along the west coast and 7 along the east coast, and 1 you have it in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So we'll see which are those one by one. So ports of the west coast. So you have Kandla, so it is located at the head of Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat. It's all towards the west side only. And Mumbai, it is the biggest one. So most spacious and well sheltered port situated in Maharashtra, and it is called as the gateway of India. Next one is Jawaharlal Nehru Port. So this was actually, they had no idea to build this, but what happened is there was a lot of traffic which was happening in Mumbai port. So to avoid that, they built another port which is called as Jawaharlal Nehru Port, which is also called as Navasheva Port, which is located in Elephanta Caves, which is 10 kilometers from Mumbai. Next it is Mormugao, which is situated in the entrance of Zuari river estuary in Goa, basically in Goa. New Mangalore, it is also known as the gateway of Karnataka. So it is situated in the Panambur. Okay, so it's it's situated there in north of Mangalore. Next one is Kochi. So it is located on the coast of Kerala. So it is called as the Queen of Arabian Sea. So Kochi's port is actually called as Queen of Arabian Sea. Understood? Yes. So next one, ports on the east coast. So this is also very important. So Tuticorin, so it is situated at the southeastern part of Tamil Nadu. I'm just reading it and going. So all the explanation has already been done. And the map with the map work. So I'll be showing the map work in the map session. Okay. Chennai, it is located in Tamil Nadu and it is the oldest port. And then Ennore, it is located in north of Chennai. So this also the same thing as they did for Mumbai, Jawaharlal Nehru Port. So for Chennai also there's a lot of traffic in the port. So they constructed Ennore, right? So then Vishakhapatnam, it is located on the coast of Andhra Pradesh. That is Vishakhapatnam. Paradeep, it is located in Mahanadi Delta in Odisha. And next you have Haldia. It is situated on the confluence of river Hooghly and Haldi, that is in West Bengal. Kolkata, it is the riverine port. So located on the left bank of river Hooghly. So that is Kolkata. And the last one is Port Blair, which is situated in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which is one of the union territories of India. So that's the Port Blair. Now you'll have to comment down how many union territories are there. Please do comment down and tell me how many union territories are there, right? Yes. So next one is the air transport. So that is about water transport. So you have two ways, inland and over ocean. And you have studied about different ports, which is there in the western coast and eastern coast. That's it. Next, quickly we'll move into the air transport. Most of your dreams. So you would have been dreaming now. So it's the age for you to dream that I'll become this, I'll become that, make a lot of money, study well and make a lot of money. That I should add that, study well and make a lot of money and go abroad. I hope all your dreams are fulfilled. Okay. So air transport. So air transport is the quickest means of transport. Yes or no? Yes or no? So people can travel thousands of kilometers literally in a day. Just in one day, 24 hours. So it's just the quickest means of transport when compared to the other transportation systems. Right? So India is a vast country and has a favorable factors for the development of air transport, obviously. So it's a vast country and it has all the favorable conditions or the factors when it compared to economic level, the amount of planes we have and where and all it is, the destination is also proper, the climatic conditions, so everything, the airports where it is situated, everything is proper and perfect. So it is really good to have such air transportation system in India. So you will all have to feel really proud of it. Okay. Yes. Next, we'll talk about the airports. So there are 141 airports. So it's not less at all. So it is 141 airports in India, which includes 28 designated international airports, 28 international airports, 88 domestic airports and 25 civil enclaves of the defense airfields. So including everything, it is 141 airports. Understood? And the Airports Authority of India manages these airports. So it is Airport Authority of India. So please do remember all these things. So it is Airport Authority of India. I'm repeating it several times because obviously why it is important. Yeah, that is why. So some important international airports are, so I'll just read them out for you. Yeah. Okay. So Indira Gandhi International Airport, Delhi, Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport, Mumbai, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport, Kolkata, Anna International Airport, Chennai, Kempegowda International Airport, Bengaluru, and Rajiv Gandhi International Airport, Hyderabad, Shri Guru Ramdas Ji International Airport, Amritsar, Lokpriya Gopinath Bordoloi International Airport in Guwahati, Biju Patnaik International Airport, Bhubaneswar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport in Ahmedabad, Veer Savarkar International Airport, Port Blair, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar International Airport, Nagpur, Zaruki International Airport, Shillong, Lal Bahadur Shastri International Airport in Varanasi. So these are some of the airports which is mentioned, which is given in your textbook, and I've displayed all of it for you. So they might ask you, this is actually very important, so they might ask you name any 6 international airports of India, and you'll have to name it. So you'll have to learn it, guys. So since it is a 3-mark question which might arise from this particular chapter, so any 6 at least you'll have to learn. It's very important. Understood? Yes, so these are the airports of India. Next, so we completed with the transportation. So next, quickly we'll move into communication. Now, what is communication? What am I doing with you? What am I doing with you? I'm teaching. I'm telling you points. I'm giving you information which is there in your textbook, which is there in my mind. So I'm compiling it and I'm giving you some information. This is called as communication. Are you understanding? You talk to your friends, you share a lot of memories, you share a lot of chats, chit-chatting, information. So all that is actually called as communication, right? So we'll see the exact definition. What is it? So convenience of messages from one person to another person. So from one person to another person, or from one place to another, is called as communication. It can be from one person to another person, or it can be from one place to another place. We're just transferring the information. There's a matter which has to be told, and I'm delivering it. There's some post which I'll have to send it to my friend who's there in Delhi, and I'm delivering it. I'm posting it to her. That's it. That is communication. So don't get confused between transportation and communication. So please don't get confused, and it's really clear, right? Yes. So communication can be in so many ways. So you can use the electronic gadgets. You can still use the post, write letters, talking, just talking personally, sitting next to a person. So it can be of various ways. Okay. So which are those? We'll study one by one. Understood? So first we'll, important. So it helps in quick transmission and dissemination of ideas, information and messages from person to person and place to place. This is what I told you. It'll just be quick. Now I just want to call my mom and tell her something. Like probably I'm not well. How much time will it take for me? She's somewhere 70-80 kilometers far from me. But how much time will it take for me to tell her that I'm not well? Hardly 10 seconds? 20 seconds? And in just 20 seconds, I'm just giving one small information for a person who's 80 kilometers away. So that is quick. It's really quick, no? Yeah, so that is one of the importance. The information goes quickly, right? So communication helps in creating awareness among the people about government policies and programs of development. This is also very important. So communication, you can also take in mass media like radio, television, newspaper. So all of these things also come under communication. So government is trying to tell you something through the news channels, newspaper, radios and all. Some government policy, something has changed. Now, for example, don't try all these examples in your exam, okay? So all of a sudden they have told that from 18 years you cannot vote, from 16 years only you can vote now. So that's a massive news, right? So how will the government tell to each and everyone? Do they come home and tell? No, right? So what they use the mass media, which is coming under communication. Either television, newspaper, radio, things like that. So that is also an importance, right? Yes. Next, it enables us to know the natural hazards, very, very important. So if somewhere something is happening, so there's an earthquake or a tsunami which has happened. So there's a fire which is got to the next building. Next building you can actually see, so in some other place. So it happens like that. So immediately you will be getting the information. And also it helps in progress of trade, industry, agriculture. So communication is required. No, advertisements are required. Communication is required. Technology is required. So if all these is there, transportation will become even more easier. Which is why they come as one chapter or one subject, transport and communication. Next, it provides entertainment, day-to-day information of the world, helps to maintain unity and integrity of the country, obviously. So if America, somewhere thousands of kilometers away, and who's the president there, if there's elections going on and if there's a new president who's elected there, immediately I'll get to know. Are you understanding? So whatever happens in the world, we'll get to know immediately through the communication. And entertainment, that entertainment is nothing but TV shows, reality shows, programs, movies, so all that will come under entertainment. And it also helps in keeping the country integrated and united. Okay, so that is very, very important. So all this is secondary, but keeping the country united is very important, no? And that happens through communication, right? Yes. Next. So today India has various modes of communication. They may be broadly divided into two categories. So personal and mass communication. So you have two types, personal and mass communication. So what is it? So letters, telephone, telegram, fax, email, internet, seminar, conference, all these comes under personal communication. That means one-to-one interaction is happening there. So in conference and all, there will be hundreds of people, but still somebody is addressing them in live, okay? But newspaper, radio, television, magazines and books and all, so those all come under mass communication. So it is reaching to the whole world literally. Are you understanding? So if it is Doordarshan, it's reaching whole India. Like that. So it reaches a lot of people. If it is a seminar, so only just 100 people are listening to it. But if it is a news channel, if it is NDTV, it's reaching a lot of crores together people, no? So that's the difference. Yes. So post-service, so first we'll study the types of communication. First one is post-service. So post-service is nothing but what? Yeah, writing letters, sending a post, and writing a message in it and sending a post, and that person will be collecting it. So that's it, okay? So what all you can send? You can send letters, you can send parcels, money order. So all these things you can send from one place to another. So that is postal service. So next you have telecommunication. So it refers to communication and over a distance by cable, telegram, telephone, fax, etc. So a little bit of technology is coming here in telecommunication when compared to postal service. So you can use a cable, telegram, telephone, fax, etc. So all these things you can use in telecommunication. So in India, telecommunication network has reached almost every corner now. So it's not like, oh, I'm living in a very, very, very remote area. I cannot use the phone. I cannot get the network. Nothing like that. I think I've not heard only these days people telling that. Okay, so it is like that. So telecommunication has reached each and every part of India these days, right? So next is radio and television, which is very, very important and which we're very fond of, especially when we tell don't watch, you purposefully watch, no? Yes, so it's mostly like a drug. Yes, so these play a very important role in mass communication, both radio and television. So even in the remote places, Indian people now are able to listen to these radio messages and watch TV. So the technology has gone that high. And All India Radio was the first one to get aired in the year 1930. So it was started then. And Doordarshan, which is called as DD channel. So this was started, this was the first channel which started in the year 1959. Understood? So these two are also very, very important. Okay. So next is the newspapers, which we all not use only, no? We use it when it becomes a waste paper. That means we use it some other day to do some work with it, but not today to read it. But please do make sure that you make some time and read newspaper. It will really, really help you a lot in gaining knowledge, and your communication skills also increases, spellings. So it has a lot of advantages. So please do that, right? Yes. So there are very important media communication, obviously just like your TV and radio. But this comes under the print media because it is printed, no? It comes under print media. So 41 newspaper, there are actually lakhs of newspapers. In that 41 newspapers have a history of more than 100 years, which is not less. So in lakhs of newspaper, 41, they have 100 years of history, right? So the oldest and still existing newspaper in India is Bombay Samachar, which is now called as Mumbai Samachar, which comes in Gujarati language, and it started in 1822. So even before the radio and television, so it is 1822, which is called as Bombay Samachar. Now it is Mumbai Samachar, which comes in Gujarati language. Okay, yeah, so this is about newspapers. So next is satellite and computer network. So I'll be fast. So all this you have already learned, no? These are just small informations which I'm giving you. So the development of electronic technology, I've already told you, there's a lot of development in this technology, electricity, electric current, electrical gadgets. So there's a lot of development which has happened, and space science also. So, and space science has brought about great change in communication. And computer network has provided internet facility, email service, etc. So without internet, I mean, I too cannot imagine my life also. What about you guys? Now though you're completely under this internet era because of corona and all, no offline classes, it's only online. So without internet, I mean, our life would just be a waste with these 2-3 years, right? Yes, so it's very, very important for us. So artificial satellite has started a new era in history of global telecommunication. So artificial satellites again, so which gives us information. So it's very, very important these days, and it's improved a lot in global telecommunication. So radio and TV networking in India are done through satellite technology. So both radio and TV networking are done through satellite technology. I think you know all this. You would have studied in science also, no? In your physics. Yes? Yes. So next we have 3 main concepts, so which are very important from the exam point of view. That is Geographical Information System, that is GIS, and your GPS, that is Global Positioning System, and Remote Sensing Technology. Alright? So we'll study one by one. So GIS is nothing but it is a computer-based system which can accumulate internet data on the Earth's surface. So it basically accumulates, and the internet data on whatever is present in the Earth's surface. So literally it can accumulate that, which is not an easy task, and it is done by Geographical Information System. So that is GIS. Next you have GPS, which is Global Positioning System. That is nothing but you get the location and all, no, when you on this GPS. So I'm talking about the same GPS. So it basically it gets to know where you're exactly present by pointing out the latitude and longitude. You know the imaginary lines on the globe. So by pointing out on the latitudes and longitudes above the sea level, so it can actually position you, so where exactly you are present, right? And then remote sensing technology collects information regarding the Earth's surface. So it can give the information of the distance between two bodies which is not even touching each other, or which is not together. Okay, so that is remote sensing. So all 3 they're just given in small paras. In your higher classes you'll be studying it in detail, and all these are very nice concepts, so you'll enjoy studying them if you go in this field. Okay, yeah, so this is a short, very, very short note about Geographical Information System, GPS, that is Global Positioning System, and also remote sensing. Understood? Any doubts you have till here? Till here, if you have any doubts, please do comment below. I'll wait for 2 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds? No, 10 seconds. Okay, so yeah, so this is it. No doubts, right? So if you have any doubt, anytime you can comment below. I'll always be there for you. Always free. Okay, I'll be solving your doubts, right? Yes. So that is it in the chapter. So I hope you have understood, and it was easy for you because I've just picked all the important points, just the importance, and I've mentioned. And yeah, that's it with the chapter. So as I promised you in the starting, I did with the blueprint. I gave you the questions, and I explained the concepts. Now I'm going to solve the questions. And I'll tell you in this questions, so there are the questions which I mentioned in starting. Those questions will be there, your textbook questions, and also some of my own questions. So all the questions I've put it here, and it's going to be the entire package for you guys. So this one class, enough for you, literally enough, right? Yes. So the first one is define transport and communication. So since it is a 3-mark question, so definition is more than enough. Since it is a 3 marks question, you need to elaborate a little bit. So transport, again, I'll just read it out. So transport means movement of goods, service and passengers from one place to another place. So it provides utility of place and time. So it links production, distribution, exchange and all other related activities. So these are the points which you will have to include. Just don't be just listening to me. Keep it in your mind. Just put it into your brain. Okay. So convenience of messages from one person to another or from one place to another is called as communication. It is not new to human beings. Why? Because back then only they were using parrots, you know, birds. Mostly they used to use birds for transferring the messages. You know, they used to write in shit and they used to keep it in the bird's mouth. They used to go and deliver to the person whom it has to be. So basically this communication topic is not at all new for human beings. Yes. So next one, second question. Explain golden quadrilateral and super highways. So just mention all of these points. So what all is there? So actually for 3 marks, minimum six points are required. Minimum. So if there's some question which is asked where 6 marks is not there, how many ever 6 points is not there, so how many ever points are there, you will have to mention that much. So accordingly they'll give you marks. So here you'll have to write the entire thing again. So what is it, when did it start, which all places will it connect, so all of that, right? And then when it comes to super highways, what are the 2 divisions? Okay, so from north to south and east to west, I told you, know, so those divisions you will have to write, and who will actually take care of it. So if you write so much, 3 marks, 6 points, done. You'll get it easily. You'll get it, right? Yes. So the third one is give an account on railways in India. So again, all of these you will have to write. So what is the importance? What is the key role for it to play in India? And when did the first railway start? So all that, because it is in India only, no, and the extra information which you'll have to include, that how many stations are there, zones, kilometers, so all these also you'll have to include. Okay, so this is given, this is how you'll have to answer the question. Next one, explain briefly the importance of transportation in India or transport in India. So what are the importance? You'll have to write. I told you, no, primary, secondary, tertiary, so all of that, an efficient and cheap means of transportation. It will obviously help in fetching a lot of resources. Agriculture promotes industrial progress, wide the market, increases internal and external trade, provides employment, raises the income of standard of living of the people, encourages tourism and helps in defense. So all these points I actually mentioned there, right? So all that you'll have to include. First one, write a note on airways in India. So again, you'll have to write all of that. So airports, quickest means, and also there's a lot of importance, one of which is this one. They help a lot in emergencies, right? So when there's a war which has happened or floods or something, so immediately people will go there, especially floods and all. So people cannot walk, no, there'll be a lot of water. Through aeroplane only, they just literally throw food from up. So emergency times, it will help the most. So that also you can include. So all the points literally you will have to include. Okay. Yes. So that is about note on airways in India. Next, you have mentioned different types of communication in India. So what are the different types? Personal, yes, and mass. So since it is only so much, you also include the definition of communication first. So that is for 1 mark, and you are writing about it, and personal and mass with the examples, you get 1 mark, totally 3 marks. Okay, next one. What are the problems of road transport in India? Or else, so it can also ask like, it can also be asked like this: explain the problems of road transportation. So you'll have to mention this. So I've mentioned 6 here. So please do make a note of this. This is a very, very important question from the exam point of view. I am telling it again and again. This is very important. Okay. So major problems faced by the road transport in India are: road network is inadequate in India. So that is one thing. About half of the roads are unmetalled, and it limits their usage during the rainy season. So this is one thing. The roadways are highly congested in cities. Third point. So most of the bridges are old and narrow. Fourth point. Disrespect to the traffic rules is the major problem. Fifth point. And this has to be the first point actually. Anyway, so citizens have casual attitude towards traffic rules, which leads to the accidents and traffic jams. So all these will come under the problems which is faced by the road transportation. So this is very, very, very important. I am telling you again and again. So please do learn. Next one, corridor roads are economically important. Why? So I've mentioned while telling the super highways, from north to south and east to west, those roads. So those are basically the corridor roads. So why are they economically important? So that is what the question is. So the answer is economically, corridors not only connect regions and countries through transportation, but also strengthens infrastructure construction by establishing industrial clusters, so industries on whole, thereby attracting investments and developing regional economy. So they are the part of infrastructure and integrated economic strategy. So basically there will be a lot of development in industries, and economic wise trade happens, and economic wise we can become very, very strong, which is why corridor roads are basically economically important. Yes. Next one. So geographical information system is very useful in the recent days. Why? So this was the question which was asked in your question paper. The answer is really short. So because GI, what they might ask, so this is just what they've asked in previous question paper. So they might ask you all the three: GIS, GPS, and the sensor one. Okay, so because GIS is a computer based system which can accumulate and internet data on the earth surface. So this is what information you'll have to give, right? Yes. Where do you find this district, village, and border roads? So you'll have to mention it. District roads, which connects the taluk headquarters with state highways, and these roads, village roads, in basically links the villages with one another, towns and market centers. So that one. Border roads, usually in the border. And what are the borders? So all that you'll have to mention for 3 marks. So this is one type of question which they can ask. And next one, explain ports on west coast. So all the coasts on west coast has to be explained. So just write the name, where is it present? Write the name, where is it present? That much is more than enough for 3 marks, right? So next one, 12th one, name any 6 important international airports. So as I told you while I was explaining this, they might ask you like this. This is important. So Indira Gandhi International Airport, Delhi, Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport, Mumbai, Netaji Subhash Chandra. Any 6 you can pick. Any 6. I've just picked the first 6 and I've written it here. So you can just pick any 6 and you can write it. Okay, so that is the 12th question. 13th one, mention the importance of communication. So you'll have to write this. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points all together. So all the 6 points you'll have to write. This is also very important from the exam point of view. The importance of communication. So you'll have to mention all the 6. Yes. So the last one, why have I put question mark here? So classify the following under personal communication and mass communication, and then write them, which is what? Post, television, fax, and radio. So which is personal and which is mass communication? You will have to do it. Comment below the answer. So I'll tell whether it is correct or no, right? Yes, so this is left for you. I've just left it for you like that blank. So I want you to actively participate and answer, guys, please. Okay, yes. So this is about the question and answers. So this is it. We have done with the question and answer session. So quickly we'll move into the conclusion. So I taught you about the blueprint, which is when we got to know that is we have a 3-mark question and 1 mark for map. So map work, I'll be doing it later. And then I told you the questions from the previous year. Then I covered all these concepts. Which are the concepts which I cleared? Huh? Yes. So meaning and importance of transport, modes of transportation, that is land, water and air, and their types. So communication, I taught you about the meaning, types and importance. Yes, very good. So all of that. And we also solved the questions. So this is the conclusion part. Any doubts you have till here? I'm ending the session. So again and again I'm asking you, do you have any doubts, children? Because again I cannot touch this chapter because I have way more to complete, no? Nothing? That's it? Okay, fine. So yeah, we'll end the session then. So in next class, I'll meet you with the next fresh revision class. Okay, that is about industries. India industries revision we'll do in the next class. Until then, yes. Until then, signing off, Sahana. Keep learning from We Learning. Okay, bye-bye.